what my only crime was being happy. That's all I did. I hate you.
Holy shit, Danny.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mark It Down podcast, where it's Thursday night, so you know what that means. This is the Gym Packed Zone. I'm James Gisanti, and we cover all things Impact Wrestling. This was a stacked show tonight, guys. Impact really pulled out all the stops as we're on the road to the big rebranding of TNA in January. But I know a lot of you guys seem to think that Impact might be in a little bit of a holding pattern until then. Well, it's hard to say that when you have main events like tonight, where you have the aerial assassin himself, Will Ospreay, taking on the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. That was an incredible main event, an incredible match. We're going to get to it in a little bit, but we're going to start at the top of the card as the ABC of Bullet Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, defended their tag team championships against Sheldon Jean and Kenny King. Now, big news as this show is getting started, as this match was getting started, it was reported that Kenny King was granted his release from Impact Wrestling. This is a little bit of a surprise to me, a little bit of a shock to me. I like Kenny King a lot. We've talked a lot about it here on the pod. You know, where does Kenny King fit in the professional wrestling landscape in 2023? Going to be 2024. Impact was a nice safe space for him. He was doing a lot of good work, but he never quite hit a top peak. There was a lot of room for him to do more. Maybe for some people, he was doing exactly what he should have been doing. But I guess as far as Kenny is concerned, he wanted more, and he wasn't getting that from his spot in Impact. So he's looking elsewhere. I don't know where Kenny King fits in almost any other company right now, given his age and given his, I don't want to say his track record, but his ability to sort of jump between companies. Time will tell. A lot, and I mean a lot, if not all, but most of his Honor No More friends, when he was really getting hot again in Impact, are in AEW or in Ring of Honor right now. So let's see what they have what he has in mind for his career. We wish him all the best. But let's get into the tag match. This was a pretty a standard opener for Impact. Some very good wrestling. You can never be disappointed by the ABC. Ace Austin and Chris Bay are just delivery machines. They will always reward you with a good match if you're willing to watch. And why aren't you willing to watch? Give them the time. They deserve it. They're going to treat you. But this was a really fun match. I'm happy to see, big spoiler, I guess, guys, the ABC retained against Kenny King and Sheldon Jean. Even if King wasn't leaving the company, it's not that big of a shocker to assume that they weren't going to win the tag titles in this match. But a great start for these two guys for the second reign of the ABC with these tag titles. I want them to look dominant for as long as they have the belts, and wins like this help pad the resume. So good first showing for the ABC as they hit the 1-2 sweet for the pinfall on Sheldon Jean. We then go to a backstage segment, or a backstage hype video, as MK Ultra talk about controlling the Knockouts division, and they were going to reshape reality. And of course, they are unstoppable. Both women scare me. Both women are amazing, and I'm really looking forward to what comes next with these two women. We then have another singles match as Moose, accompanied by Brian Myers, defeated Heath. This is another weird instance of we're seeing talent involved in matches when we know at least one of these guys. Hey, Nick, thank you for being here, buddy. This was another instance, though, with this match with Heath and Moose, where we know that one of these guys is likely leaving, if not already gone, and that being Heath. It was widely reported during the week that his contract is up. And while we don't definitively know that he's leaving Impact, it's strongly suspected. I mean, hey, he does have a prophecy to fulfill with going back to WWE and winning the WWE Championship as Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre did before him. I am heavily rooting for Heath no matter what he does or where he goes. But let's focus on the here and now for right now, and that is this match with Moose. Moose has been holding on to that Feast or Fired briefcase for a little while now, since Impact 1000 when he won it. We know he is going to take on world champion Alex Shelley at, I believe, Hard to Kill. I don't think it's going to be Final Resolution. I think it's Hard to Kill. But he is going to need to continue to look dominant, and it's matches like this that help do that. He definitely needed a little bit of momentum. It's been a lot of not floundering, but he hasn't really done anything of substance, in my opinion, since winning the briefcase. But this is a nice win. Commentary did a good job of reminding us all that they did face each other once before for the world title when Moose was champion back in 2022. Again, nothing too special in this match. Moose looked really good with a lot of help from Brian Myers. After helping Moose get the win, there was a beatdown afterwards where the two men just continued to throttle Heath. This brought out everybody's favorite animal, Rhino, as he hits a massive gore onto Brian Myers as Moose leaves the ring. This match only ever happened because Moose was trying to defend Brian Myers' honor last week. So he didn't have any hesitation in leaving him this week. So let's see what we go for these two men moving forward. I'm sure things are going to get a little more combustible as Moose is getting ready to go for the world title, and Myers' jealousy may come into play. Moose, after the match, as they're walking backstage, does cut a quick promo where he tells Rhino he is going to end his career. I feel like this is like the fifth or sixth guy in recent memory to promise that with Rhino. We'll see, but I hope Rhino isn't going extinct at Final Resolution. Moving forward, we had what was an incredibly fun Lucha Rules match where we saw the Rascals, Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and now Myron Reed joining that trio, taking on Laredo Kid, Black Taurus, and Juventud Guerrera. Always fun seeing Juvi still wrestling in 2023. The last match I really remember Juvi wrestling was he was in the Call Your Shot Battle Royal Gauntlet match, and before that I remember him wrestling Jericho in AEW. More importantly, or I don't want to say more importantly, but more interestingly, in my opinion, we had oh yeah, baby, Juvi, the juice is loose. I don't know if we could say that, but we're gonna say it. But the juice was there. But as I was about to say, almost more importantly, or at least more interestingly to me, Conan was on commentary during this match. Conan being a very big deal in the lucha world, a very big deal in the world of Mexican wrestling. I wonder if this means we're going to see more lucha action and Impact moving forward, or TNA moving forward. I wonder how much Conan is going to be doing and having to offer. But whenever he's around, a TNA original, very cool to see this man on commentary in this fun match where the lucha guys won. I don't want to call them the Lucha guys, but I don't know if there is a team name yet. But Laredo Kid, Juvi, and Black Taurus, absolutely. I completely agree, man. Conan being there is a huge deal. But as Juvi, Black Taurus, and Laredo Kid get the big win, I was very concerned going into this one. I feel like the Rascals definitely need a win, or a big win, to solidify them as this new trio that they are. But that said, one, I'm never going to root against Black Taurus. Two, I didn't want to see Juvi come in to lose. And three, I was terrified of what Conan was going to say when he was on commentary if they did lose. But all things said, I do think the right team won here. A lot of fun, high-flying action. Juvi still looks amazing at his age. Black Taurus getting a dominant win, I believe pinning Myron Reed. I believe he got the pin over. And Laredo Kid is just so good for someone at his age and for what will hopefully be a very long career. So great stuff from this match. The finishing sequence was great. And I wonder if this is going to be a trio to look out for moving forward. We then had a mixed tag team match as Bully Ray teamed up with Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner Jordan Grace to take on Steve Macklin and Kylan King. This was a fine match. This was more about the story than the actual wrestling. They are definitely trying to build Jordan up for her title match against presumably Trinity at Hard to Kill. But I'm more interested, not that I'm not interested in the Knockouts division, but I'm very interested to see what they're doing with Bully Ray here. This has been a more face than we're used to Bully Ray for a long time now. But he was out there teaming with Jordan Grace, taking on Macklin. It was very interesting to see the babyface man in Bully taking on the heel woman in Kylan King. But we did it. They did it. It felt right. And Jordan Grace got the win after Bully Ray dumped Macklin to the side of to the outside, and Grace hit the Juggernaut driver on Kylan King for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Bully grabbed the trophy and didn't exactly hand it to Jordan Grace. Jordan tried grabbing it, and he says, if you want it, take it. If you want it, take it. And she did. She did pull it out of his hands, and then in that hand was an open invitation for a handshake, which Jordan met as the two competitors shook hands and Bully raised her arm in victory. I don't know where this goes. He's obviously upset that he didn't win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet against Grace at the pay-per-view, but Steve Macklin is definitely still in his sights. If you keep getting called soft by someone that isn't Enzo Amore, I am assuming it's not the most flattering thing. But both of these competitors have big opponents to look forward to moving forward, and we'll see how the landscape will look after those matches are over. Moving on, we had our Knockouts World Championship match as Trinity, the champion, defended against Sunny Kiss. This was Sunny Kiss's first singles match here in Impact, as far as I know, and she looked great. She looked great. I got to comment on it. This is 2 weeks in a row where we have our Knockouts division match having some very impromptu twerking. Wasn't expecting it. But you know what? If this is the direction we're going, I support any and all butt jigglers. Bring it on. And speaking of butt jiggling, it's kind of crazy to think how similar Sunny's offense is to Trinity's. Both use a lot of butt offense. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it, but it is what it is. Jordan Grace getting put through a table Mae Young style. Damn, dude. I mean, is it possible? Yeah. I don't know, though. I think this Bully Ray face turn is legit. I think it's coming. I think it's here to stay. And I think it's just in preparation for when Devon is ready to start wrestling a little bit more and we get Team 3D. But who knows? There you go. Ass-based offense. Both competitors, Sunny Kiss and Trinity, really masters of it with their, oh man, when RVD does stuff with his legs or when you get any kicks or anything, it's educated feet. Does that mean these are educated asses? I don't know. I am uncomfortable. But again, this was a fun match, a good first real genuine showing for Sunny as the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal isn't quite the same. But a lot of innovative offense between both competitors, a lot of fun back and forth. And you could tell both of them were having fun with each other. Interesting kickouts as Trinity hit the split-legged moonsault for the 2 count on Sunny. And eventually Trinity gets the win with a head scissors into a DDT before hitting that full Nelson bomb for the 1, 2, 3. Very excited to see Sunny's future moving forward. This was a very interesting defense for Trinity. Definitely something a little different than what she's probably used to wrestling, or at least has been in a long time. But fun matchup as Trinity is also looking to build momentum going to Hard to Kill against Jordan Grace. We then had a backstage segment as world champion Alex Shelley and X Division champion Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns, talked about Josh Alexander facing Will Ospreay tonight, and then talked about facing Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. at Impact Wrestling's Final Resolution, which will be in December. They talked about why they're champions individually and all their success as a tag team. That will be a very exciting match, a very powerful match as Josh Alexander might be getting tired of taking these losses. So we'll see how we move forward from there, but a very exciting prospect as we go forward. Finally, we do have our main event. I told you guys it was fun, it was exciting, but I don't even know if I could properly hype it as Josh Alexander took on Will Ospreay. This match might be match of the week. I don't know. I really got to look things over, but this was excellent. I don't know how to. I was just saying I don't know if it's possible to be hyperbolic with this, but I'm gonna say something that might annoy a few people. This felt as close to modern Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles as we're ever gonna get. You have an excellent technical competitor in Josh Alexander taking on who is quite possibly the best wrestler in the world right now. Not my guy. I still root for Kenny Omega, but arguably one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet right now in this excellent matchup. The reversals were incredible. Alexander was going for that ankle lock any way he could, countering an Oz cutter at one point to get into that ankle lock. It was awesome. But in the end, Will Ospreay did prevail after multiple hidden blades and the Stormbreaker to get the 1-2-3 over Josh Alexander. Guys, there is so much that happened in this match. It's hard for me to hit every detail. You know I don't like doing that. You know I like just giving you a vibe for it. The last time Will Ospreay was in Impact, he wrestled Eddie Edwards in a great match. And the first time he was in Impact in recent memory was against Speedball Mike Bailey. And that match was a 5-star match. I would not be shocked if this match got at least pretty darn close to it. Excellent wrestling. And if you're going to go out of your way to watch any wrestling this week, I would say the Impact main event is the match to watch. And that's saying a lot considering the street fight that happened in AEW last night. But guys, this was absolutely incredible. After the match, we didn't get to see this on TV, but it happened after the show ended. Ospreay made it clear he really did. He really wants to come back to a TNA ring and not just an Impact ring. So I don't know if Ospreay, whose contract will be up very soon, has made a decision on where he's going. I know there's a lot of speculation about WWE. There's a lot of speculation about AEW, but he has not hesitated to talk and praise Impact and TNA. So I'm very excited no matter where he lands. But if TNA is able to grab him, that might be the signing of the decade for these guys. No pressure. I've seen a lot of people obviously praising the main event and only the main event, and as excellent as it was, the truth is, to me, this was a stacked show, a stacked card with great wrestling from top to bottom. They did a lot of story progression, and they have a lot to do in a short amount of time as they prepare for not only Final Resolution, but Hard to Kill. But I'm very excited to see how things are ramping up for Impact and what will eventually be TNA. But guys, this was the Gym Pack Zone. Thank you for joining me tonight. I love tonight's show. It was quite honestly the wrestling show I was looking forward to most this week, and I think they delivered in almost every aspect. So go watch it when you can. You know the motto here at the Market Down Podcast: watch Impact. But I really mean it this week. Go watch it. Great stuff, great performers, great competitor, a great competition, and just overall fun wrestling. But you guys know the deal. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like. Please hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button. We love talking about wrestling here at the Market Down Podcast. You know, we cover basically everything when we can. We cover WWE, we cover AEW, we cover Impact, we cover the whole kit and caboodle. So we want to talk to you, so please talk to us. If you like this, go check out our social media. You know, we're everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X/Twitter. We do fun stuff. Danny makes some great memes. I make some good ones, and it's just more opportunities for us to talk with you guys. But I'm your guy. I'm James Gisanti. This is the Gym Pack Zone. This is Mark It Down, the podcast, the sequel, maybe. I don't know. I think we're still in the original era. I don't know. But thank you for joining me. Have a great night. Watch Impact, and I'll see you guys next time.